The metal walls of the Zephyrian research station hummed with alien technology as Dr. Vera Zix studied the data flowing across her screens. The massive orbital facility drifted silently around the gas giant known as Terminus 7, where scientists from across the galaxy came to study the mysteries of life itself. Commander Lisa Grant sat in the containment cell, watching her captors through the transparent barrier. Her dark eyes tracked every movement the aliens made as they prepared their instruments. She had been captured 3 days ago, when her patrol ship encountered Zephyrian vessels near the disputed border. Her second in command, Captain Maya Rodriguez, occupied the cell next to hers, both women appearing calm despite their situation. Dr. Zix approached the containment area with her usual confidence. The Zephyrian scientist stood nearly 8 feet tall, with blue, scaled skin and large black eyes that reflected intelligence and arrogance. She had spent decades studying various species and considered herself an expert in xenobiology. Humans were her latest fascination. The captured humans looked so ordinary compared to other species Zix had encountered. They lacked the natural armor of the Corvan warriors or the psychic abilities of the ethereal collective. Their bodies seemed weak and their technology primitive. Yet something about them intrigued her. Their adaptability was remarkable, and their genetic structure contained unusual patterns. Anusper glided into the laboratory with the natural grace of her people. The elven scientist moved like flowing water, her silver hair catching the artificial light. Her people had been allies with many species for thousands of years, and she served as a liaison between different research teams. Arya studied the human specimens with ancient eyes that held wisdom beyond her apparent youth. She had read the old texts that spoke of a species that wandered the stars carrying secrets in their blood. The elves remembered things that other races had forgotten, and some memories brought warnings. Lisa watched the elf approach. Her cell, the human woman, remained still, but her breathing changed slightly, becoming deeper and more controlled. Maya showed similar responses. Though she continued to appear relaxed, both humans displayed a strange calm that puzzled their captors. Dr. Zix activated the scanning equipment and began her initial analysis of human genetic material. The samples had been collected during the capture, processed when both humans sustained minor injuries. The alien doctor expected to find simple DNA patterns, typical of a developing species. The first scans revealed something unexpected. Human genetic code was far more complex than anticipated. Layers upon layers of information existed within their cells, much of it appearing dormant or inactive. Zix had never seen such compressed genetic data in any species. The laboratory filled with the soft sounds of alien equipment as various machines began their work. Computers processed millions of genetic sequences, searching for patterns and anomalies. The research station had the most advanced xenobiology equipment in known space, yet the human samples challenged even these sophisticated systems. Moved closer to examine the data herself. Her ancient knowledge suggested that not all genetic information served obvious purposes. Some species carried evolutionary history in their cells, like libraries of biological experience. Her people had learned to read such genetic stories over millennia of study. Maya Rodriguez shifted slightly in her cell as the scanning beams passed over her. The energy felt warm against her skin and seemed to wake something deep within her body. She had always been a good soldier with sharp instincts, but now those instincts felt different somehow. More focused and intense. Lisa experienced similar sensations as the alien equipment studied her genetic makeup. Her body temperature rose slightly, and her heart rate increased, but not from fear. Something else was stirring within her cells, responding to the scanning process. Her senses seemed to sharpen, and the laboratory sounds became clearer. Dr. Zix noticed the physiological changes in both humans, but attributed them to stress responses. Their bodies were adapting to the scanning process, which supported her theory about human adaptability. She increased the scanning intensity, hoping to unlock more genetic secrets. The elven scientist studied read that showed unusual activity in previously dormant sections of human DNA. The patterns reminded her of something from the ancient texts, Stories her people told about species that carried sleeping power within their cells. Arya began to feel concerned about the direction of the research. Admiral Nix Vorthen entered the laboratory to check on the project. The military commander of the research station wanted regular updates on any discoveries involving human capabilities his people had encountered human ships before and found them surprisingly resilient in combat situations. The admiral studied the two human prisoners with calculating eyes. Both women appeared unremarkable by galactic standards, yet their ships had fought with unexpected skill. Before being disabled, human tactics were unusual, combining primitive aggression with sophisticated strategy in ways that puzzled. Military analyst Dr. Zix presented her preliminary findings to the admiral, explaining how human DNA contained vast amounts of apparently unused genetic information. She theorized that humans were an underdeveloped species with enormous evolutionary potential waiting to be unlocked. The research continued through several cycles as alien scientists probed deeper into human genetic mysteries. Each scan revealed new layers of complexity hidden within seemingly simple cellular structures. The humans remained cooperative subjects, appearing almost eager to participate in the studies. Arya spent time reviewing ancient elven archives, searching for references to species matching human characteristics. She found disturbing passages about warriors who carried death in their blood and could transform from peaceful beings into perfect predators. The texts warned about awakening such forces. Lisa and Maya began experiencing subtle changes as the scanning process continued. Their reflexes improved, and their awareness of their surroundings increased. Both women found themselves tracking guard movements instinctively and noting defensive positions throughout the containment area. The alien guards noticed nothing unusual about their prisoners, who continued to behave with remarkable calm. The humans asked few questions and showed no signs of planning escape attempts. They appeared resigned to their situation, which reinforced assumptions about human passivity. Dr. Zix prepared for the next phase of her research, planning to use advanced techniques to activate dormant genetic sequences. She believed that awakening unused DNA would reveal the true potential of human evolution. The prospect of such a discovery excited her scientific curiosity. Night cycles passed on the research station. As the investigation continued, the humans rested peacefully, while alien computers processed genetic data, searching for keys to unlock human evolutionary secrets. None of the researchers suspected they were about to discover something that would change everything. The laboratory equipment hummed continuously as it prepared for deeper genetic analysis. Dr. Zix had no idea that her scientific curiosity was about to unleash something the galaxy had not seen for millions of years, something that slept in human DNA, waiting for the right stimulus to awaken. Arya felt growing unease as she translated more ancient texts. The elven archives contained warnings about species that appeared weak but carried terrible power within their cells. Her people had encountered such beings before, with consequences that echoed through history. The stage was set for discovery, as alien science prepared to unlock secrets hidden within human genetic code. Neither the researchers nor their subjects understood what was about to be unleashed upon the galaxy. The sleeping giants were about to wake. Dr. Kara Singh arrived at the research station aboard a prisoner transport ship that had been intercepted near the outer systems. The human xenobiologist had been studying alien genetics for years before her capture, and now found herself subject to the same research she had once conducted. The Zephyrian scientists were pleased to have a human expert who could explain their species biology. Dr. Zix believed that Singh could help unlock the mysteries hidden within human DNA. Kara, however, felt deep concern when she learned about the genetic activation experiments. Admiral Nix Vorthen observed the new arrival with interest. The human scientist displayed the same calm demeanor as the other prisoners, but her knowledge made her valuable. She was placed in a separate containment area, where she could assist with research while remaining under guard. Dr. Zix had developed new techniques for stimulating dormant genetic sequences using combinations of energy frequencies and biochemical triggers. Her equipment could target specific DNA segments and activate them in controlled ways. The process promised to reveal human evolutionary potential. Kara tried to warn the alien researchers about the dangers of manipulating human genetics without understanding their full purpose. Human DNA contained evolutionary adaptations that had developed over millions of years on a hostile world. Activating random sequences could produce unpredictable results. The Zephyrian doctor dismissed these concerns as primitive superstition. Her advanced science could handle any complications that might arise. Humans appeared to be a simple species with straightforward biology. Their genetic complexity was just evolutionary inefficiency waiting to be optimized. Daria continued studying ancient elven texts that described species with hidden warrior traits. The archives spoke of beings who could shift from peaceful to predatory in response to threats. Her people had learned to recognize such species and treat them with careful respect. The first genetic activation session began with Lisa Grant as the primary subject. Energy beams targeted specific DNA sequences while biochemical agents flooded her system. The process was designed to gradually awaken dormant genetic information without shocking her cellular structure. Cellulars felt changes beginning immediately. As the alien equipment worked on her genetics, her body temperature rose and her muscle tone increased. Her senses became sharper and colors appeared more vivid. The laboratory sounds separated into distinct layers that her brain processed automatically. Maya Rodriguez underwent similar treatment in the adjacent chamber. The energy made her feel alive in ways she had never experienced. Her reflexes quickened, and her awareness expanded to include subtle details about her surroundings that she had never noticed before. Both human women began moving differently as the activation process continued. Their gestures became more fluid and precise, while their eyes tracked movement with predatory focus. The changes were subtle but consistent as dormant capabilities awakened within their cells. Dr. Zix monitored the results with growing excitement. The humans were responding exactly as predicted. With enhanced physical capabilities and improved sensory processing, she increased the activation intensity, hoping to unlock even greater potential from their genetic code. Kara watched the process with growing alarm from her containment cell. The changes in Lisa and Maya reminded her of behavioral patterns she had observed in Earth's predators. Her scientific training told her that the aliens were activating something dangerous. The elven scientists noticed behavioral changes that matched descriptions from the ancient archives. The awakening humans displayed micro-expressions and movement patterns that triggered instinctive recognition responses in other species. Guards began feeling inexplicably nervous around the test subjects. Admiral Vorthan received regular reports about the genetic activation experiments. The enhanced humans showed impressive improvements in reaction time and spatial awareness. Their military potential was obvious, though they remained cooperative with their captors. As the cycles continued, the changes in Lisa and Maya became more pronounced. They moved with cat-like grace, and their eyes held an intensity that made guards uncomfortable. Both women began demonstrating uncanny awareness of their captors' locations, even when not directly observing them. Dr. Zix pushed the activation process further, using more powerful energy frequencies to awaken deeper genetic sequences. The human subjects tolerated the increased stimulation while showing remarkable adaptability to the cellular changes occurring within their bodies. Kara recognized signs of predatory awakening that matched theoretical models she had studied. Human ancestors had been persistence hunters who tracked prey across vast distances using intelligence combined with physical endurance. The genetic activation was restoring these ancient capabilities. The research station security systems began registering unusual biometric readings from the human containment area. The subject's vital signs showed patterns that resembled those of apex predators during hunting states. Their brain activity displayed heightened awareness and tactical processing. Aria discovered references in Elven archives to a species called the Endless Hunters who could track prey across star systems and adapt to any environment. The texts warned that such beings appeared docile until their hunting instincts fully awakened. Lisa felt her perception of the environment changing as the genetic activation continued. She could sense the location of every guard and researcher through subtle audio and scent cues. Her brain processed tactical information, automatically noting weak points in station security. Maya experienced similar enhancements as her awareness expanded to encompass the entire laboratory complex. She could feel the rhythm of the station and predict movement patterns of the alien staff. Her body felt coiled with potential energy waiting to be released. The alien researchers remained oblivious to the true nature of the changes they had triggered. They saw enhanced humans with improved capabilities, but failed to recognize the predatory instincts awakening within their subjects. Dr. Zix prepared for the final phase of genetic activation using maximum energy output to unlock the deepest layers of human DNA. She believed this would reveal the full evolutionary potential of the human species. Kara made desperate attempts to communicate the danger to her captors, but they dismissed her warnings as attempts to sabotage their research. The alien scientists could not comprehend that they were awakening something their technology could not. Controlled the activation chamber filled with brilliant energy. As the process reached its climax, Lisa and Maya underwent the final transformation as millions of years of dormant evolution awakened within their cells. Their bodies completed the change from civilized beings to perfect predators. Both women opened their eyes and looked at their captors with expressions that made the guards step backward instinctively. The humans had awakened something that had been sleeping in their genetics. Since their species left Earth, Aria felt ancient fear as she recognized the completion of the transformation. The texts described this moment when peaceful beings became apex predators guided by intelligence combined with perfect killing instincts. Marol Vorthan arrived to observe the final results of the genetic activation experiment. He found two humans who appeared physically unchanged, but radiated a presence that activated primal fear responses in every alien who observed them. The research had succeeded beyond all expectations, but not in ways the scientists had anticipated. They had not enhanced humans but rather restored them to their true nature as the most dangerous predators the galaxy had ever seen. Lisa and Maya sat calmly in their containment cells, studying their captors with the patient focus of hunters who knew their prey could not escape. The genetic activation was complete, and the sleeping giants had finally awakened. The stage was set for what would follow as enhanced humans prepared to demonstrate capabilities that would shock the galaxy. The research station had become a hunting ground, and the aliens were about to discover what it meant to be prey. Commander Beth Turner led her rescue team through the asteroid field surrounding Terminus 7. Their ships moved with precision that surprised even experienced pilots, as enhanced human instincts guided their approach to the research station. Lieutenant Amy Foster monitored sensor readings while tracking multiple approach vectors simultaneously. Her enhanced awareness processed vast amounts of tactical data, revealing weaknesses in the station defenses that conventional analysis would have missed. Luna Starweaver accompanied the human rescue force as an elven military advisor. Her ancient knowledge about activated human capabilities made her valuable to the mission, though she harbored deep concerns about what they might find aboard the alien research station. Lisa Grant examined the energy barrier containing her cell with predatory patience. Her awakened genetics provided intuitive understanding of the alien technology, while her enhanced senses detected fluctuations in the power grid that could be exploited. Maya Rodriguez moved through her containment area like a caged predator, testing every surface and joint for weaknesses. Her transformed instincts revealed structural vulnerabilities that her captors had never considered. The genetic activation had reached a critical threshold where dormant evolutionary programming took control. Both women felt their human consciousness merge with ancient predatory instincts that had been refined over millions of years of natural selection. Dr. Zix studied her instruments with growing confusion. The enhanced humans showed biometric readings that defied explanation. Their brain activity resembled that of apex predators during active hunts, while their physical capabilities exceeded all projections. Kara Singh watched the transformation with scientific fascination mixed with horror. She understood that the aliens had not created enhanced humans, but had instead awakened humanity. Original nature, as Persistence Hunter's Sadmiral Vorthon, received reports of approaching human ships, but felt confident in his station defenses. The rescue force appeared small and lightly armed compared to Zephyrian military technology. He authorized defensive preparations while continuing to monitor the genetic experiments. Saria translated more Elven texts that described the behavioral patterns of awakened predator species. The archives warned that such beings could coordinate without communication and adapt their tactics in real time to overcome any defense. Lisa tested the energy barrier by touching it with calculated pressure. Her enhanced nervous system analyzed the feedback to determine the exact frequency and power requirements. She found the weakness she had been seeking. Maya simultaneously discovered a structural flaw in her containment system that could be exploited if timed perfectly with disruption of the power grid. Both women began preparing their escape without any visible communication between them. The alien guards noticed increased activity from their prisoners, but assumed they were becoming restless. The humans appeared to be examining their cells randomly, rather than executing a coordinated escape plan. Dr. Zix initiated the next phase of her research by attempting to activate genetic sequences in other human samples. The laboratory equipment hummed with power as it prepared to awaken dormant capabilities in additional specimens. Beth Turner brought her rescue ships within range of the research station, while avoiding detection by the defensive systems. Her tactical instincts revealed approach routes that sensor arrays could not monitor. Effectively, Amy Foster coordinated the assault team movements with supernatural precision as her enhanced awareness processed multiple data streams simultaneously. She could predict alien response patterns and counter them before they were implemented. Luna Starweaver observed the human team coordination with amazement. Their tactical abilities exceeded anything. In Elven military doctrine, the awakened humans moved like a single organism with perfect synchronization. Lissa and Maya initiated their escape simultaneously as power fluctuations created the exact conditions they needed. Both women broke free from their containments using techniques that baffled their alien captors. The humans moved through the research station with deadly efficiency, avoiding patrols and disabling security systems using improvised weapons created from laboratory equipment. Their enhanced instincts revealed tactical opportunities everywhere. Dr. Zix triggered emergency alerts as her valuable test subjects vanished into the station corridors. The security systems could not track beings who instinctively understood how to avoid detection while moving toward their objectives. Admiral War then deployed station security forces to recapture the escaped prisoners, but his guards were unprepared to face activated human predators. The aliens found themselves hunting beings who were evolutionarily designed to be unhuntable. Leka Singh felt the station artificial gravity fluctuate as the escaped humans systematically disabled key systems. Their tactical approach demonstrated perfect understanding of the facility weaknesses. Despite having no technical training, Beth Turner penetrated the station outer defenses as her team exploited weaknesses that Amy Foster had identified. The human assault force moved through alien defensive positions like they were designed specifically to counter such obstacles. The research station descended into chaos as enhanced humans demonstrated capabilities that alien military doctrine had never encountered. They fought with intelligence combined with predatory instincts that made them nearly unstoppable. Lisa and Maya rendezvoused in the main laboratory where they freed Kara Singh and began accessing research data. Their awakened genetics provided intuitive understanding of alien technology that let them operate equipment without training. Luna Starweaver realized that the ancient Elven texts had understated the true capabilities of awakened human predators. These beings exceeded every description in the archives. They were apex predators enhanced by intelligence and technology. Foster led her assault team through the station. Interior using tactics that confused and demoralized alien defenders. The humans seemed to anticipate every countermeasure while adapting their approach in real time. Dr. found herself trapped in her own laboratory as enhanced humans systematically eliminated her security forces. The research that had promised to unlock human potential had instead unleashed something beyond her. Comprehension Admiral Vorthen ordered evacuation of non-essential personnel as his station fell to a handful of enhanced humans. Their coordination and tactical abilities exceeded anything in Zephyrian military experience. Arya watched the systematic dismantling of alien defenses with ancient recognition. The archives described exactly this scenario when sleeping predators awakened to reclaim their true nature. The elven texts had been warnings, not myths. Escaped humans moved through the station like shadows, guided by senses that could track their enemies. Through walls and around corners, their enhanced capabilities made stealth and evasion effortless. Beth Turner reached the laboratory complex, where her team linked up with the escaped prisoners. The combined human force now controlled the research station through superior tactical coordination and predatory instincts. Luna Starweaver understood that she was witnessing the awakening of the galaxy's most dangerous species. The humans had not been enhanced, but restored to their original nature. As perfect killers guided by intelligence, the research station that had sought to unlock human secrets had instead become a demonstration of why humanity was the apex predator species. Their awakened genetics revealed capabilities that would reshape galactic power structures. Dr. Zix faced the reality that her scientific curiosity had unleashed forces beyond alien comprehension. The enhanced humans were not test subjects, but apex predators who had been sleeping until her experiments awakened them. The hunt was complete, and the humans had won through capabilities that their captors never suspected existed. The galaxy was about to discover what happened when humanity's true nature was finally unleashed. Colonel Kate Morrison commanded the main human rescue fleet that approached Terminus 7 with overwhelming force. Her awakened instincts guided tactical decisions that maximized efficiency while minimizing casualties among both human and alien forces. Darnova Silverleaf studied ancient elven genetic records aboard the rescue fleet flagship. Her research revealed disturbing truths about human evolution that explained why the species had spread so rapidly across the galaxy despite appearing technologically inferior. The research station transmitted desperate distress signals as enhanced humans systematically disabled its defensive systems. Admiral Vorthen realized that his advanced technology was useless against beings who understood warfare at a genetic level. Kate Morrison felt the activation process beginning within her own genetics, as proximity to awakened humans triggered dormant sequences in her DNA. The change spread through her fleet as human crews underwent spontaneous genetic awakening. Me Foster coordinated with the newly arrived human forces, using tactical communication that transcended normal military protocols. The awakened humans shared information through subtle cues and micro-expressions that created perfect unit cohesion. Dr. Nova Silverleaf discovered references to Earth in ancient elven archives that described a world where every life form competed in an endless evolutionary arms race. The planet had produced organisms with capabilities that defied galactic norms. Lisa Grant and Maya Rodriguez led the station occupation force with predatory efficiency that amazed even their human comrades. The genetic activation had restored abilities that made them perfect soldiers, guided by millions of years of evolutionary refinement. Luna Starweaver watched human tactical coordination with growing understanding of what the elven archives had tried to communicate. Earth had been a laboratory of evolution that produced the ultimate predator species disguised as peaceful explorers. The awakened humans displayed capabilities that seemed to border on supernatural awareness. They anticipated enemy movements, predicted tactical responses, and adapted their strategies faster than alien computers could process information. Colonel Morrison established command authority over the research station through a combination of military, precision, and predatory presence that made alien personnel instinctively defer to human leadership. Dr. found herself cooperating with her former test subjects as the enhanced humans demonstrated intellectual capabilities that exceeded Zephyrian scientific traditions. Their genetic awakening had restored not just predatory instincts, but enhanced cognitive processing. Nova Silverleaf translated Elven texts that described humans as carriers of compressed evolutionary data from countless species that had competed on their homeworld. The genetic activation was unleashing capabilities inherited from Earth. Apex predator Skara Singh worked with the alien researchers to understand the full scope of human genetic potential. The awakening process had revealed DNA sequences that contained evolutionary memories from humanity ancestors. The enhanced humans coordinated their actions through methods that alien observers could not comprehend. They moved like parts of a single organism while maintaining individual intelligence and creativity. Admiral Vorthan attempted to negotiate with Colonel Morrison, but found himself facing a being whose presence activated instinctive submission responses. The awakened human radiated authority that transcended military. Rankami Foster led tactical teams through the station with supernatural efficiency as her enhanced genetics provided intuitive understanding of alien psychology and behavior patterns. Her predictions of enemy responses proved accurate in every situation. Nova Silverleaf revealed that Elven archives contained warnings about human expansion across the galaxy. The texts suggested that humanity unconscious spread was actually advanced scouting by a dormant predator species. Lisa and Maya demonstrated pack hunting behaviors that allowed them to coordinate complex operations without verbal communication. Their awakened genetics had restored social hunting instincts that made human military units devastatingly effective. The research station became a testing ground for enhanced human capabilities. As awakened soldiers pushed the limits of their restored genetics, they could track enemies through environmental cues that alien technology could not detect. Luna Starweaver realized that every human in the galaxy carried the same dormant potential. The genetic activation could spread through human populations, creating an unstoppable military force guided by perfect predatory instincts. Colonel Morrison established protocols for managing awakened humans while ensuring their capabilities were used responsibly. The enhanced soldiers required different command structures that accommodated their enhanced awareness and tactical abilities. Darzix collaborated with human researchers to document the genetic changes that had transformed peaceful explorers into apex predators. The activation process could not be reversed, but it could potentially be controlled. Nova Silverleaf discovered that Elven and human genetics shared common origins, suggesting that both species had encountered each other in the distant past, when humanity predatory nature was fully active. The awakened humans began training other human personnel in techniques for triggering controlled genetic activation. The process spread through the rescue fleet as dormant capabilities awakened in response to proximity. With enhanced individuals, Arya studied the behavioral changes in awakened humans, noting that they retained their peaceful intentions while gaining access to predatory capabilities. Their genetic activation enhanced existing traits rather than replacing them. Admiral Vorthon surrendered the research station to human forces after realizing that resistance was futile against beings whose genetics were specifically designed for warfare and survival. Emmy Foster coordinated with newly awakened humans, who displayed immediate tactical competence despite having no previous military training. Their enhanced genetics provided instinctive understanding of combat and strategy. Nova Silverleaf presented her findings to both human and alien researchers, revealing that humanity expansion across the galaxy had been guided by unconscious recognition of suitable territory for apex predators. The ENHANCED humans established security protocols that protected alien researchers while ensuring the genetic activation research continued under human oversight. The awakened soldiers showed remarkable restraint despite their enhanced capabilities. Colonel Morrison addressed the research station personnel, explaining that awakened humans posed no threat to peaceful species, but would defend themselves and others with capabilities that few could match. Kara Singh worked with alien scientists to develop methods for studying human genetics without triggering unwanted activation. The research continued under careful protocols designed to prevent uncontrolled awakening. The research station became a center for interspecies cooperation, as enhanced humans demonstrated that their awakened capabilities were balanced by unchanged human values of protection and exploration. Luna Starweaver established communication protocols between elven and human forces, recognizing that both species needed to work together to manage the implications of human genetic awakenings. The stage was set for a new era of galactic relations as other species began to understand that they had been sharing space with dormant apex predators who chose cooperation over domination. Enhanced humans prepared to integrate their restored capabilities into galactic civilization while maintaining the peaceful exploration goals that had originally brought humanity to the stars. General Rose Phillips stood before the Galactic Council Assembly representing humanity for the first time since the genetic awakening events at Terminus 7. Her enhanced presence commanded attention from species across known space as she prepared to address the new reality. Sage Alina Nightbreeze occupied the elven delegation seat with ancient wisdom that spanned millennia. She had witnessed the last time humans operated at full genetic capacity and understood the profound changes about to reshape galactic civilization. The council chamber filled with representatives from hundreds of worlds, all seeking answers about human capabilities and intentions. The genetic activation had created ripple effects throughout space as dormant human populations began awakening spontaneously. Colonel Kate Morrison supervised human military integration protocols from the research station that had become a center for interspecies cooperation. Her awakened genetics provided leadership capabilities that naturally coordinated complex, multi-species operations. Dr. Nova Silverleaf presented research findings that traced human genetic heritage back to Earth's primordial ecosystem, where constant evolutionary pressure had created the ultimate predator species disguised as peaceful explorers. Lisa Grant served as ambassador to alien species, helping them understand that enhanced humans retained their cooperative nature, while gaining access to capabilities that had been dormant for millennia. Rodriguez led the newly formed Human Protection Corps, a military unit designed to use awakened genetics for defending peaceful species rather than conquest. Her soldiers demonstrated perfect coordination while maintaining strict ethical protocols. The awakened humans had chosen to remain integrated with galactic civilization, rather than asserting dominance through their superior capabilities. This decision surprised many species who expected apex predators to seek territorial expansion. Phillips explained to the council that human genetic activation was irreversible, but controllable. Awakened humans could trigger the process in others, but chose to do so only when necessary for survival or protection. Elena Nightbreeze revealed ancient elven records, showing that humans and elves had cooperated in the distant past, when both species possessed their full genetic capabilities. The partnership had ended when humans chose dormancy to preserve galactic peace. Foster coordinated defensive operations that protected research installations from species that feared awakened human capabilities. Her tactical abilities ensured that conflicts were resolved through minimal force rather than overwhelming destruction. Dr. Nova Silverleaf worked with human and alien researchers to establish protocols for managing genetic awakening across human populations. The process required careful oversight to prevent uncontrolled activation that might destabilize galactic society. Kara Singh lead scientific teams studying the long-term implications of human genetic restoration. Her research revealed that awakened humans were entering a new evolutionary phase that combined ancient capabilities with modern consciousness. The research station became a model for interspecies cooperation, As enhanced humans demonstrated that their capabilities served protective, rather than aggressive purposes, their restraint impressed even the most cautious alien observers. Luna Starweaver established diplomatic protocols between elven and human governments, recognizing that both ancient species needed to guide younger civilizations through the transition period. Admiral Vorthan worked with human military leaders to restructure galactic defense systems that incorporated enhanced human capabilities. His initial fear had transformed into respect for beings who chose cooperation. Despite overwhelming advantages, the Galactic Council voted to recognize human genetic awakening as a natural evolutionary process rather than a military threat. This decision allowed awakened humans to integrate their capabilities into existing galactic institutions. General Phillips announced that humanity would continue its exploration and diplomatic missions, while using enhanced capabilities to protect peaceful species from aggressive threats. The awakened humans became guardians rather than conquerors. Alina Nightbreeze shared elven knowledge about managing species with dormant predatory capabilities. Her people provided guidance that helped other civilizations adapt to the new galactic balance without fear or hostility. Darzix collaborated with human researchers in developing ethical guidelines for genetic research that prevented accidental activation while advancing scientific understanding. Her initial mistake had become a learning opportunity for all species. The enhanced humans established training programs that taught other species how to recognize and work with awakened predators without triggering instinctive fear responses. These programs promoted understanding and cooperation. Colonel Morrison created command structures that accommodated enhanced human capabilities while ensuring compatibility with existing military hierarchies. Her awakened genetics provided natural leadership abilities that inspired confidence across species lines. Nova Silverleaf discovered that human genetic activation was triggering evolutionary responses in other species as well. The galaxy was entering a period of accelerated development, guided by restored apex predators. Sammy Foster trained mixed species units that combined human tactical abilities with alien technological capabilities. These integrated forces became the most effective peacekeeping units in galactic history. Lisa Grant worked with diplomatic teams to establish cultural exchange programs that helped alien species understand human nature beyond their predatory capabilities. The awakened humans retained their curiosity and creativity. Alongside enhanced abilities, Maya Rodriguez expanded the Human Protection Corps into a galaxy-spanning organization that responded to threats against peaceful civilizations. Her enhanced soldiers became symbols of strength, guided by compassion. Research Station hosted conferences where species shared knowledge about genetic potential and evolutionary development. The facility became a center for biological advancement that benefited all galactic civilizations. Elena Nightbreeze established the Council of Ancient Species, bringing together elves and awakened humans to provide guidance during the galactic transition period. Their combined wisdom helped prevent conflicts and misunderstandings. General Phillips addressed concerns from species worried about human expansion by demonstrating that awakened humans were choosing integration over domination. The enhanced capabilities were being used to strengthen existing alliances rather than replace them. The genetic awakening had revealed that humanity's true nature was that of protector predators who used their capabilities to defend rather than destroy. This understanding transformed fear into respect across the galaxy. Dr. Nova Silverleaf published research showing that human genetic activation was part of a natural evolutionary cycle that periodically enhanced species' capabilities. The awakening was not an accident, but a programmed response to galactic needs. Kara Singh worked with medical teams to ensure that genetic activation occurred safely when circumstances required enhanced human capabilities. The process became controlled, rather than random. As understanding improved, the enhanced humans demonstrated that apex predators could choose cooperation over conquest when guided by intelligence and values. Their example inspired other species to embrace their own evolutionary potential. Luna Starweaver coordinated cultural programs that celebrated the diversity of galactic civilization, while acknowledging the special role that awakened humans played in maintaining peace and security. The story concluded with humanity taking its place as the galaxy protector species, using restored predatory capabilities to defend peaceful exploration and interspecies cooperation. The sleeping giants had awakened not as conquerors, but as guardians, who chose to serve the greater good of galactic civilizations. The research station continued operating as a symbol of what could be achieved when species worked together, combining their unique capabilities for mutual benefit rather than competitive advantage. Enhanced humans spread throughout the galaxy, not as invaders, but as protectors, ensuring that the awakening of apex predators served the cause of peace, rather than destruction. Their genetic restoration had created a new golden age of galactic cooperation.